Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Phoenix, Wright, where the people are. I'm Jack.
Taylor.
And yeah, we're playing Phoenix, Wright, and it's a
And you're
fun.
watching People Orient's channel.
And you're watching
And
People Orange
we
channel.
draw and then we have like a magic wand and we draw like, I don't know, a monkey head.
What would our symbol even? Yeah, it would just be a monkey, I guess. No, it would just draw like the silhouette for Donkey Kong.
I feel like I wanna work. I feel like we should have an emblem. I feel like People Orients should be like the letter P, but then like a bunch of little like people icons. You know, something like that.
That'd be cool.
It represents all the peeps.
Yeah. The peeps would just be a bunch of different monkey heads.
But yeah, we're finally back to kick some tail. No, wait, we keep going back to Kong. We need Kong.
We're finally here performing for you.
I have, Your Honor, Your Honor, the defendant has no style and no grace.
Your Honor, my client has a jetpack.
Got a blast!
Got a blast! This Kong does have style and also grace.
We were in the last little bit of Samurai Turnabout. You know, I learned recently that a friend of a friend, they had like a T-shirt that had like a Ace Attorney, and I was like, oh hey, I played a bit of those because Lou Jack and I actually streamed that, and I wish I had gotten their number because we were all together because it was a party for someone, and it was a party for our mutual friend. And so, oh man, I should have gotten their number because then we would have like one person who watches the stream. I mean, they've played it before, but it would be interesting because one, they'd be watching, and two, what's the word? That like, if we got stumped, they'd probably remember better than us.
Probably.
Yeah, so I have the chat open just to be sure, just in case. Also, it's useful because the what's the word? Because the chat is like, not the chat, the video online is delayed. It means that if Lujack accidentally skips something, or if it's like a character like ranting, so they're talking really fast, I can go and check the chat, and it's a few seconds delayed.
It's very useful for making sure we don't miss anything.
Oh, I believe I was voicing Vasquez.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll do it this first time because usually I don't reread the green text, but I do read it the first time.
Yeah.
Entered the trailer, a little before noon. Meeting began at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Wait, Lujack!
Yeah?
I just realized something, but it's dumb, but it's also brilliant. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the audio down here. Oh, and let me check the audio. Say something.
Something.
Keep saying stuff.
Stuff. Keep saying stuff.
Pretty good. All right. So you know how we were trying to figure out? Did Sal eat the steak, right?
Right.
Okay, and we know that that Vasquez really doesn't do anything herself. Like she's got a guy for that. You know, she's got her guys to beat you up, and then she's interrupted. She's got Sal to drive her, like she did, which is funny because like that's not even just walking distance. Like I could hop on one leg that distance. Like that's very close.
Right.
I didn't even know the band could do that. But here's the thing. So she's connected closely with Sal, who's like wrapped around her finger. What if Sal didn't eat? No, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say, what if Sal had the poison steak? Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. No, this does make sense. What if Sal poisons the steak and brings it out to the employee area and gives it to the victim, and they eat it. No, wait, not the victim. They give it to
Well,
Oh, that would add up. They give it to Will. Yeah.
yeah.
Sabo comes in and said, episode 40, and you're still on Turnabout Samurai. I don't know what episode we're on, but I think it's because our these are not silent playthroughs. We tell a lot of stories.
We talk a lot.
There's a lot of non-game content. Sorry, I was just talking about how they could have poisoned the steak way outside of Will's point of view, because it could have been a top-down. I mean, clearly it's like a top-down plot, but as in it could have an accomplice where Vasquez is like, hey, she could poison the steak, or ask someone to poison the steak, or ask someone to ask someone, etc., etc. Then Sal takes the steak over, gives it to the other guy, and he eats it and passes out.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm still not quite sure why Vasquez wanted the evil magistrate guy, Jack Hammer. That why she wanted Jack Hammer to die. My guess is that he knew about her dealings and she had blackmail on him, but he was gonna take a plea deal or something.
That makes sense.
And the whole plot was just to frame Will for it, because if this is Phoenix Wright, and you can't just try to get away with a crime. You have to frame someone for it.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. I wonder if there's a Phoenix Wright thing that's not a murder, but it's cybercrime, but it's a really big one. And it's oh, who crashed the stocks this day? And then someone has to frame someone else for it.
That'd be crazy, dude.
All right.
Did you read that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's my line. Well, Nick, got anything?
I kind of wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. You see this whiteboard here, it says who's the boss, and I think Dee Vasquez is the boss.
It's just, what's her name? The TDR lady from New Tales from the Borderlands, who's the boss?
We went in vastly. I was going with the Community. You were going with Borderlands.
Yeah.
This is why we're good hosts. You get so much content.
You get so many references.
Actually, no. It would have been a chalkboard where it's it's one of those big flip around chalkboards, and it's all right. Let me reveal my plan here. But I'm sure you'll find out. I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere.
Some kind of contradictory nonsense you can turn up on its head and throw back at her.
So, let's start with the basics. Can you check the your evidence thingy, Majiggies?
Fuck. How do I look at evidence? I don't even remember.
I think you can go to present without presenting.
Checks autopsy is
Alright.
clear. Path to glory. Sleeping pill bottle, I feel like that's probably important. Steak plate.
Oh, for sure. And we actually had if I recall correctly, the steak was tested.
Yeah, and it tested positive for sleeping pills, didn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, we don't know that many character traits of Will Powers, but from how he's interviewed, I feel like he has no reason to actually be taking sleeping pills. That he's not the type who would take sleeping pills to take a nap before work.
Yeah.
During the day.
Yeah.
Look at the sleeping pills again. Where's Jackhammer's
no,
okay, the fingerprints, but not the
Yeah, so we could probably
Now
use that against her.
Yeah, and that's... Here's the thing, though, is that it bears Jackhammer's fingerprints. Now, we can assume that they are... I mean, it's funny because it's like, if it's sleeping pills, then if they're, like, prescription, like, it should just tell us who it was originally for. And if not, then I suppose Will Powers, he's got to be built different if you can, like, season some melatonin stuff.
Right.
Like an over-the-counter medicine over a steak, and he's just like, ooh, delicious, and he doesn't notice the taste, and then he just passes out.
Oh, this steak sure tastes completely normal.
Yeah, it's kind of like mooses, where people, like, biologists didn't think that mooses could get drunk because, like, there's just not enough fermented fruit on the ground to get a creature that big drunk. But the thing is, they don't actually process alcohol, like, well at all. Like, they don't have the like, right chemicals to do it. So they can get drunk on a remarkably small amount of alcohol.
That's kind of funny.
If you ever somehow end up in a situation where you have the opportunity to give moose alcohol, don't.
Don't. Probably.
They want to get a fruit, make sure it's fresh. Yeah, because they get ornery.
Yeah.
I think and I remember pressing her on the previous one. It was like, I had Sal take me. Thank you. Yeah, in the van. Alright,
Yeah.
230, we took a 2... No, wait a minute. We can press... Go back at the 230.
Press her on that?
What about the, check that monkey head again.
Oh,
But she's probably got
monkey-
all the timing down.
Yeah, because the
perfectly,
monkey head
so-
was like between 2:15 and 4. So that fits the
Yeah.
narrative.
It does. Gotta be,
I'm gonna press. Oh.
yeah.
And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit...
Don't tell me what to do!
I forgot how funny that line was. Don't hit your desk. Don't hit your desk. This makes me slap the desk. It irritates me.
He also
Yeah, Mr. Wright. What? Who said
As he
it?
also
Edgeworth,
slaps-
You're not a... You're the prosecuting attorney. This isn't about...
But he also slapped the desk.
He's touching the desk, but you're right.
No, he did slap it. Did you not see that?
And he says, oops, just out of habit. Oops. I can't figure out how he would say oops. It was a 15-minute break.
Well, he's clearly a vampire, so it'd be like, oops. Like, oops, oh my, I don't know.
I think he's more of an guy than a oops guy.
I feel like he would say oh my, probably, but like, it'd be more ironic.
Maybe. Alright, Sally. Did you actually have T-bone steaks?
Did you actually have T-bone steaks? How thick were the steaks?
You know, now that we know that she has, like, her cast of Yakuza series background characters, like, now I'm just imagining whenever they're like, oh, the bigwigs were there, like, the whole time we're trying to figure out, okay, who was here on that day? We need to know who was here. And instead of, like, 4 people or whatever, it's like 4 people, and also Deez Vasquez's entire, like, crew. It's just stealthily moving along like she hired a bunch of courtesans and
Yeah, like a bunch of Assassin's Creed types. You think she's fucking them?
No, absolutely not.
Look, man, I feel like there's 2 possibilities here. Either 1, she's ace, or 2, she's hooking up with, like, at least most of the people who showed up in that room.
No, she's trying. I mean, this is like pure conjecture, but Vasquez strikes me as the kind of person who has like a completely separate love life. Who like she talks about like, oh, I'm a producer and I'm a big deal or whatever, but she doesn't talk about like her crew or the people she works with, and she's like kind of tight-lipped about it.
Yeah.
like her partner of any kind, like just they don't know really.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I feel, I don't know, maybe. I feel like she wouldn't talk about either her love life or her work life to anyone regardless, so it wouldn't really be that weird for her to just have them both wrapped up into one package.
No, I see them as separate, where she doesn't talk about her love life at work, and she doesn't talk about work to her lover.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Do you have someone who can verify this?
No.
No, I mean someone else?
One person is enough.
Look, lady, I'm gonna level with you. I fucking hate Sal. He's always sweating, he sounds like he's sick all the time. He looks like he came from whatever weird netherworld that one lawyer guy came out of. The one who sounds like he's in pain all the time.
Wasn't his name? Wasn't his name like Attorney Payne or something?
I have no idea. I just remember when I voiced him, he was like... I don't remember. All I know is that when I voiced him, he was like, what's up, Your Honor?
Yeah, and I was like... I pointed that out. I'm just like... For those who are watching this whole series are like, yeah, that happened like 5 minutes ago. But those who are just joining us or watching this as it comes out, yeah, Lou Jack uses this amazing voice for it, and I'm just like... Yes, that's the perfect voice, because I see this character sprite and I'm like, this guy seems like he just wants to go home. He wants to deload. He wants to like unspawn from this game.
He wants to be clear. He wants to lower his opacity all the way down to zero
and
disappear
his
from
opacity
this
to zero so he can return to the code where he was made.
Life is pain, so is death.
Alright. I read that.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak.
See here, did she mention never eating? I don't think she ever mentioned.
She said she ate a steak. I think she said she ate a steak.
Yeah. And we know that, if I recall correctly, the steaks were empty on all the tables. See, for a moment I was like, oh, you know, it'd be a good twist if they had the double whammy where they took the poison plate, like Sal took the poison plate steak and gave it to one guy, and like, not Will, but Jack was like already done with his, so they took his empty plate and like brought that back or something.
I'm picturing... I'm picturing like that scene in Emperor's New Groove where Kronk mixes up the poisons, so he takes them to the back and is just sort of like dividing it between the two because he can't remember which drink had the poison in it. And it's just like Sal trying to figure out which steak has like the sedatives in it or whatever.
I can clearly choose the steak, the T-bone steak in front of me.
Hey, Sal, you doing okay back there?
Now I want to describe the Princess Bride, but in like GURPS terms. It's like, here's all the combat, here's this thing, but then it's like in that scene, it's like, oh, this character's making a bunch of various intelligence rolls. However, our protagonist, the man in black, has a perk where he's gained an immunity to one specific poison over time, and has put it in both classes.
You know, I have doubts about...
Spoilers for Princess Bride, I guess.
I have doubts for the idea of a Princess Bride GURPS campaign. I mean, it seems kind of inconceivable.
Not running it. I mean, like, in the same way that, like...
I was making a joke. I was making a joke. I was doing the conceivable
I think it's very
reference.
conceivable.
It's obviously it's conceivable. I was doing a reference. I do not think that would be
call it Ba Sing Se. It means impenetrable city. Otherwise, it would be called Na Sing Se. Impenetrable city. Just that guy, but doing that line.
It's a long, long way to Bossing
There's no war in Bossing Sea. It's inconceivable. Ever go against the Bossing Saiyan when death is on the line?
There is no war. There's never been a war. That would never be a war.
Starting wars in Bossing Sea is an ancient practice of the long and glorious tradition.
Starting wars in Bossing Sea has been passed down as a tradition that's been passed down the Armstrong line for generations.
Repeating lesser used memes repeating lesser used memes from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has been passed down the Armstrong family line for generations.
I found you, Elric Brothers! What the hell, Major? Shh! This is a library.
This is a library. I kind of went. No, I already read that. All right. I thought that was my line.
Oh, I know. This is my line. Your line was before that.
Yeah, I think she's pretty used to being.
Yeah. We read this. We read this already. Meeting. I don't know. Press her on that. Just press her on anything.
I think that would be the easiest to verify because, like, it's a meeting. Like, there should be a handful of other people.
You would think. There's got to be at least 5 other people in that meeting. Like, at the very least. I mean, I know it's not a big staff.
I feel like there should be at least, like, a handful. And a handful or less, but, like, at least, like, I don't know, Sal, maybe the actors, they'd be reading.
Yeah. I love that you can see Phoenix's attorney badge, like, on his collar.
Oh, yeah, I like that. And I should look this up, because I mentioned this last time, that I only learned about... I don't know how much of this is, like official and how much of it is cultural, but, or, like, official and cultural and how much is, like, made up, but in the Yakuza games, I know that Yakuza tattoos are a real thing that are also sometimes in anime. But in the Yakuza games, sometimes they'll have clan pins, which is kind of a status symbol because you know you're in like a powerful Yakuza guild if it's powerful enough to have pins. Because it's like, yeah, I'm in this group. But it's powerful enough that there's nothing you can do about it. And I was like, that is neat. But I don't know if those were real. And if they were real, were they inspired by attorney pins?
Good question.
Because as far as like American culture, you don't often see pins on lapels unless it's like a president thing. And then they put the little American flag because they always do that.
Yeah. Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. Jesus.
Oh man. Johnny Tightlips, what happened? I ain't saying nothing. Well, what do we tell the paramedic? Tell him to suck a lemon.
Tell him to suck a lemon.
I think it's from like, is that from Family Guy? Or...
It sounds like a Family Guy bit.
But like that's one of those. I think Family Guy is very hit and miss, which is why like those clips on YouTube do so well. Is because if you just take the hits, they're really good.
There's some great clips on YouTube.
But yeah, I love the concept of Johnny Tightlips, who he's so good at keeping secrets. He doesn't share like important or relevant information.
Yeah.
Johnny Tightlips, how have you been? I ain't gonna talk about that. Well, how's your mother? Hey, who said I had a mother?
Who said I had a mother?
The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe this is like the most exciting thing that's happened to her this week. Maybe she's got nothing else going on and she gets a kick out of this shit.
You could only imagine the joy in my heart right now. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Roasted. Oh, editor, put in that gif of the guy who's like leaning back into his crew and they're like catching him and then like a guy walks in front with his hands on his face, like just flabbergasted. I love the version of that, but it's looped. Like it's looped like the Left 4 Dead menu screen, which I know is a bit of a deep cut in this year, but like where he goes in front of the camera and it loops again behind him.
I don't know about the Left 4 Dead.
And I think I pointed this out one time when we streamed Left 4 Dead, that the Left 4 Dead menu screens, there's one for each like map. So in Left 4 Dead 2, there's I don't know. I know there's over 8 because there's one for each and every map. But the background is animated, so you have a handful of zombies. And I remember as a kid thinking like, oh, how do they do that? Like when how does it keep going? And it's because every once in a while a zombie will walk in front of the camera, and that's where the hidden looping point is. That's how you can make that's how you can make an animation loop, is if you sort of hide where it resets.
That makes sense.
Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. it's like a Pokemon like attack down.
Man, he got roasted. There was to be a rehearsal after I was there now. And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No. I feel like Phoenix is well within his I don't know, well within his rights to be like, Judge, is this like a contempt of court kind of thing?
Like this feels.
I don't think I can compel.
Like this feels not okay.
I can't like legally, but not literally. Like I should be able to compel the truth, but I'd at least like a little more of a response.
Like you could at least pretend to care.
I feel like if you did like if you did the Phoenix right, but like I don't know, more modern, not more modern, more I don't know, more parody or something, you'd have some characters that like mess up early but help you figure out like who done it, and they'd be like, I plead the fifth on everything, and it's like that's for certain questions. We haven't asked any questions yet.
Yeah. Also,
like, well,
here's
the like limitation.
Yeah. Also, what is this thing hanging on Edgeworth's neck? Like, what is that called?
I believe it's called a ruff. Hold on.
It looks like some Victorian era shit.
I believe it is. Ruff is projecting. Nope. That's a ruff is different. It's circular, I think. No. Thing on Edgeworth's neck. Oh, it's called a cravat.
Cravat.
Fine. I hope I got that right. No. Wait a minute. Oh, that's not the same. 'Cause that's like an ascot tie, whereas his is more of like a cravat ruff kind of deal. I don't think that's the right one. Someone said it's a cravat, but I think a cravat is also a more of an ascot. Anyhow, the meeting. Oh, sorry. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times.
You would think? Come on! All you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth.
I appreciate it, mainly because I survived with only middle brain dabblage or dream dabblage.
Yeah.
I told my therapist that and he got a giggle out of it. Medically speaking, I am allowed to share things I've told my therapist if it's specifically a joke.
All right.
Hold on, you said. Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
I got excited.
Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
Attached editor, add in the D Vasquez, but then like there's a little Fulton, and then she just like levitates off screen.
It's like the black hole Fulton from Phantom Pain.
I love
she just disappears.
The black hole Fulton. I love it because like it's so high tech, but like it's just to justify like, oh well, how does your Fulton like be like unaffected by like inclement weather? It's like, oh, it just has like a wormhole.
Yeah,
they could have been like, oh, this is a heavy duty Fulton that can handle heavier like bad weather or something. But no, it's just like, yeah, it punches a hole in reality.
Yeah, it just exists that way to justify the game mechanic. It's so funny.
Looks like you're going to the upside down, Jimbo. Oh, sorry. Had Sal take me in the 2D. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Okay, hold on.
Wait, what? Hold on.
If she was in Studio 1
alright.
and then used Studio 2 van, then necessarily at least Sal went to Studio 2. That's all I can say for now. I'm sorry for low wattage right now. Hold on. Gotta grab my power aid here.
And we have the van as like a bit of evidence in here.
Yeah.
Use this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. And what were you doing during that time? Oh wait, we did this one already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's when Edgeworth hit his tit, Tez does too.
Don't hit your tit.
Don't
that really got me.
I don't know why that's so funny. It's like a mom scolding her kids. Don't hit your desk.
I think it's because it's like it's the first time someone's acknowledged like how much energy you put into it.
Yeah.
Legend says that he doesn't style his hair; it just gets that way from the sheer energy.
'Cause I woke up like this.
When I was so this is an interesting little confession. When I was just a youngin', we would go down.
When I was Mexico a young warthog.
We would go down to Mexico in the summers because that's super close. It's Arizona, and you could get like fireworks and stuff there. And so we would get like super cheap like fireworks and off-brand Barbies and explode them because of course I looking back I'm like, yeah, that was weird, but at the time that was like the coolest, edgiest thing. But one time we blew apart a Barbie and we found its head, and the hair was like actually was like blasted backwards in a comical style.
Holy shit!
Like I didn't know. Like typically that's something you only see in cartoons, but but specifically with like synthetic like hair, like that is actually possible. Where like it's sort of the heat and pressure actually pushes the hair backwards, like Bride of Frankenstein style.
With the power of fake hair. Artificial hair.
Oh, you read this.
Do you have someone who can verify?
Oh, you read that one.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I did read this one.
So we have a whole lot of evidence. I think we should look through. Because my brain is being dumb right now. Let's see. I'll enter the trailer a little before noon. What? Stop doing that.
I don't think I pressed her on that
I guess
one.
We hadn't done that.
By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop in at the employee area?
No.
Well, why the fuck not? Are you always this terse?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Alright, alright.
Alright, okay.
We don't have any, like, affidavits saying, like, they saw, Vasquez in the employee area.
I feel like we need to show the stake, but I don't know how or why or where. Shows an accident involving jackhammer. I feel like that'll probably
Yeah, that
be
one
important.
feels too obvious. Or get a reaction, but it's not relevant to what we're...
Yeah.
What's the folder again?
The folder?
I wish Sabo had stuck around because they would be they'd probably be able to help us.
Yeah, right. This folder?
Alright,
Time
so,
enough, 2:30.
I think the one thing that's messing me up here is that what's the word? The one thing that's messing me up here is that we don't know the word. That because it doesn't have to be D Vasquez herself, the timeline doesn't necessarily matter, and that's messing with me. So the real question is like, oh well, if she did send guys, we have to assume that they couldn't get around the monkey head or something. Like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't we have a picture from the picture thing if she walked past it?
Oh, wait, yeah, there'd be a picture. But I don't think there is a picture. At least not one that we have.
Which statement does she make? Because the picture was taken at, like...
Yeah, there was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1, I was for 2, so me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sunday, T-bone steaks. Wait, hold on. There was to be... The meeting began at 12. Entered the trailer. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal and afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. They went to Studio 1. And they would have gone around 2:30? The meeting began at 12 sharp. Okay, the meeting started at 12. It ended at 4.
Before the picture was taken and before the monkey head fell.
The monkey head
right.
was...
He couldn't have gotten the van past the monkey head if... They between it blocked the scene of the crime at 2:15.
Oh yeah,
between
2:15 and 4.
around that for sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what you present. No, not that one. I wouldn't use that presented on that statement.
What? Ah, no, that's not what I meant to do.
Oh, you said hold it. Dang it, Lucas.
That's not what I meant to do. I didn't want to. Edgeworth, stop banging your desk. It was back.
Alright, so I had Sal take me.
It was to be, so I had Sal take me.
Yeah, go back to where she says she had Sal take me.
I'm looking for that. Okay, so here. But you couldn't have done that because... Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement?
No.
No? Did I not?
Sure I follow.
Did I not click on the right one? It clearly contradicts the I thought. No, were we not? Okay. Well, you're overruled. Your beard is overruled.
What did I miss here? Hold on. Please stop. Please take a little longer between the things. Let's see how this happens. Jeez, go back one.
This one?
I feel like I need to write down the actual times because I'm not holding them in my head. But hold on, I'll write this. I'll write it down in the chat, so we'll slowly have like a timeline here. All right. So when was the picture taken?
Let's see the picture.
Oh, she doesn't say it. It's on the evidence.
The picture was taken.
Right.
The picture of Jack Hammer in the
two.
suit was taken at 2:00 p.m.
All right. So the picture was at 2 p.m. We have the one of him of when he approximately died.
Oh yeah, the autopsies would have clocked it at 2:30.
All right, and then which also would mean that she wasn't at the meeting when he died. So that helps us, I guess.
I guess.
And then what's check the monkey head, please?
The monkey head was out of commission between 2:15 and 4.
Alright. And do we have anything else in camera, perhaps? Anything else that has a time on it, just so I can write it down?
Doesn't look like it. Not as far as evidence goes.
Alright, and then go back to D here.
She entered the trailer before noon.
Alright, so he enters before 12 noon. Meeting.
So between 12 and 4 was the meeting.
Meeting ends. Okay, so here's my timeline so far. D enters at 12 noon. The meeting is at 12, or D enters a little before noon. She's at the meeting from 12 noon onward, supposedly. Picture's taken at 2:00 sharp. The monkey head falls at 2:15. Then the guy dies at 2:30. The meeting ends at 4 p.m.
And at 2:30 is when
the monkey head was. What?
At 2:30 was when they would have taken the 15-minute break, which is when she would have had, I think, Sal drive her.
Yeah, which means if she was like speed running, she would have had to get over there real quick to make sure the time of death was 2:30.
Yeah, which I still don't get how Sal was able to
because if
take
he
her
takes the hold on.
Head.
Let me write that down as well. Monkey head and Vasca these break time is at both at 2:30.
Yeah, 2:30.
And break ends 45. So like, hold on. So yeah, the monkey head would have. Oh wait, hold on. If she was going from. Yeah, no, the maybe you use the monkey head on the wrong statement.
Yeah, let's try using it here. Objection.
Yeah, they couldn't have left a little more.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm follow. You don't follow, huh?
You can't brute force this, Lucian.
Contradicts the fucking thing. Your beard looks fake. So she didn't go anywhere during her break, which like checks out sort of. Oh wait! There's to be a rehearsal afterward. Wait, hold on. At Studio One.
She says there was to be a rehearsal afterwards. Does she mean after the meeting?
After the meeting, yeah.
Because the meeting would end at like 4 p.m. Everyone, and I believe it said on the monkey head that they managed to move it or something.
Man, that's a lot of time to spend with people that you work with. Like, we're having a big
Like 2
meeting
hours?
between 2 and 4, and then afterwards we have to have a big rehearsal thing, so I have to hang out
Oh,
there
you're right, that
after
is a
the
four-
meeting is done,
Your Honor,
and I
this
don't
meeting
want
is
to
too
be
long.
there. Your Honor, this meeting
be-
sucks.
And then it's just like, it's just mild ed, and then it's just D is like, well, Your Honor, we were talking about Naruto, we got distracted. That's why it ran for 4 hours.
Like, I don't know about you, but the last thing I want to do after I have a meeting with the people I work with is continue hanging out with them after the meeting's over. I want to go home, man.
Alright, I put it in the chat, so like, she gets there, and I'm still not sure about, like, if just like how the first time around, we were like, what about the pants? The pants don't fit, which, like, technically still does work.
Yeah.
It's not mentioned, but it's a hint, I guess. But the
guess.
thing is, like, I don't know if this this particular bit adds up that we don't have any pictures. There was one that was supposedly the kid that got deleted. Oh, wait, hold on.
What?
A kid. Remember how this is why when we're I feel like when it comes to Phoenix Wright, we should probably play like multiple nights in a row just so we don't forget.
Probably.
But the kid mentioned, and I don't think he was lying, that he saw the Steel Samurai with someone out in the what's the word, the main like path, basically. So after they would have normally had a picture taken of them, assuming they just somehow like didn't get their picture taken, and he was in the bushes or whatever, and he missed the actual like person and why they're there. But if his statement is true, we know there was one other person. I mean, we don't have an affidavit or whatever on it, but if his statement is true, we know for sure there was someone else besides Jack Hammer, who was dressed as the Steel Samurai, out on that path.
Don't we also know that, like, Cody saw the murder take place?
Yeah, and although that's not evidence, that's like something we should keep in the back of our mind. I'm gonna pin the message. Cool, yeah. I can pin it.
Nice.
But here's my thought process, is that maybe we contradict what she says with our rehearsal because there's the picture taken at 2 p.m. that, like, if I'm a little grasping at straws here, but I'm like, if the rehearsal was supposed to be at 4, then why the heck was there someone walking up the pathway at like 2 o'clock?
Yeah, that is weird.
And because we put it together, we know that the person. The funny thing about the monkey head is that, like, I don't think it was like sabotage. I think it just happened, and it complicates things. But there is something kind of funny about it because, like, everything else seems very planned out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and also this monkey head fell over.
Also, this giant monkey head fell.
The trailer.
T-bone sticks from the trailer.
We have Wait a minute.
What's that?
Where did we find our T-bone steak that was spiked?
T-bone steak is right here. Found in the employee area. On it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. In the employee area, which would have been in the same place, right?
No, because the meeting wasn't the employee area. It was the. What was it?
Oh yeah, they went to take a
Look
break.
at the guide map.
Was...
For me and for everyone else in here.
The meeting was at Studio 1, right?
No.
Or was it Studio 2?
No, the meeting would have. Hold on. Wait, go back, go. Okay,
Well, I'm trying to see where the meeting was at. Hold on.
Well, the van is in Studio 2. Oh. Well, you couldn't have...
The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4.
It still doesn't work, though, that no one would be able to drive to bring you a van at 2:30 because the van can't exit Studio 2. It's in Studio 2 behind the monkey head. Unless he's going off-road with that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. Wait, is the trailer at Studio 2 or Studio 1? Because the rehearsal is going to be at Studio 1.
The rehearsal was supposed to be at Studio 1.
Is it also...
The trailer, the place that we got jumped, that looked like it was like the planning room where like all the executives hang out, that was Studio 2.
So that means they went to Studio 1 for their break? For the T-bone steaks?
They must have...
At 2:30 we take a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I eat T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. On the trailer in front of the trailer.
Yeah, so the meeting would have had to be in Studio 2.
Yeah.
So her overall, the alibi sort of works in the sense that, like, oh, they had the steaks and they were busy from basically noon to the end of the meeting and they didn't leave.
Yeah.
And the only person who would have been with them during the break time when they were both outside is Sal. And we ain't got nothing. I'm sure whenever I feel really stumped, I'm like, I know there's a solution and it'll be really dumb when I figure it out.
Yeah, because I am struggling right now.
At least it's not Sierra Games.
Yeah, oh my god.
Vanilla used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. And that checks out because he only would have been able to drive to Studio 1 from Studio 2 after 4, which is when the meeting ends. So that still checks out. If you go to the monkey head, it still barely looks like a monkey, but it's block the path from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Why is his nose so big?
Because they're a one of those proboscis monkeys.
Don't know what that means, but it sounds painful.
They're a monkey with the big nose.
Oh.
Alright, hold on. Maybe something that we're missing here. Hold on.
Shows an accident. I feel like we're supposed to show this picture at some point. I don't know how or why though.
Yeah. But at a more important juncture.
Yeah.
Maybe we applied the evidence just to the right evidence to the wrong statement.
Maybe. What if I do the sleeping pills on the T-bone steaks?
Can we apply the steaks to the T-bone steaks? No.
I mean, yeah, that. All right. It's straight that. Haha! It worked. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not.
What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
Take a look at my hair. I use my hair to express myself.
Green is not
photographic evidence.
Green is not a creative color.
Plate.
Bones are not a creative evidence.
It's a plate.
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Hold on.
Yes, but look at...
Wait, Lujack, I figured out why it was a T-bone steak.
Yes, but take a look at T-bone.
Yeah, no, Lujack, I just figured out why it needed to be a T-bone steak.
Why?
Because a T-bone steak leaves evidence. You know, like if you leave like a little bit of sauce behind, like that could be anything. But if you leave the T-bone of a T-bone steak, you know it's a T-bone steak.
Huh.
Yeah.
Makes
Unless you were
sense.
serving up bones for dinner, you know that that's what food it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Exactly
all right, we're getting
my
somewhere.
point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plate.
Oh, see, that's something that I straight up would have.
Yeah, see,
forgotten,
I
I'm sorry.
didn't even
Also,
know
the
about
text box
that.
covers it up when we're.
Also that.
If it ain't got a bone in it, it's boneless.
It's boneless, just like how I like my pizza.
This is one of those instances where they're remembering something wrong because they, what's the word? They remembered something that they actually saw rather than their cover story, where it's like, oh yeah, I remember we had T-bone steak, and it's like, no, they had T-bone steak. Unless the witness is asserting that she can consume bones like some kind of like powerful jawed predator, like a hyena.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm just some weird cryptid dude that can like eat bones for no reason.
I've got that rare like saliva disorder where I can like eat a bicycle.
I just eat calcium, and you know bones are calcium, so I just straight up eat bones.
Yeah, I have that. No, it's just I've got that disorder where my saliva can melt stuff, so I eat like bicycles and stuff. It's in Ripley's Believe It or Not. Look to page 78.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm still hung up about that like because that's in the handful of things that's like legit that like have actually happened, and I'm just like, okay, but like, what are the side effects of this? Like if you if you no matter if you like even if you powderized a whole bike and managed to swallow it, like wouldn't there be health ramifications if he's not somehow turning it into something else? Like, you're eating aluminum. I mean, if you oxidize it, you're basically eating like corundum.
It's like Scooter in Borderlands, who's like, yeah, I once saw Earl eat one of my cars. Like, he just ate it, like, with a fork.
With a fork?
Like, with a fork?
The plates were bare! And the plate if the plate lacks steak, you must not take a break.
Of all the things that I could believe in Borderlands, Earl eating one of Scooter's cars with just like a fork, that's definitely something I can believe happened in Borderlands.
But I'm imagining they're just holding a fork, and then they do that like the Ed from Ed and Eddie eating a mattress. There's just like obscene like Kirby stretching around it.
Yeah, it's a really good fork. The plates were bare. What'd you say?
Yo, it's a new Sprite. That's how we know that we got her.
Yeah, Miss Vasquez. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how.
You ate the bone too.
You ate the bone too. What were you gonna say, editor? Add in what?
Editor, add in the clip of that skit that's like, if it ain't got a bone in it, it's boneless, and it's like the overdrive filter on the word boneless.
Boneless.
I thought that was an independent skit, but like apparently, I mean, I don't think as of the recording of this video, like I don't think that guy's posted in like 3 months, but it's still relatively recent. Where like that was like episode like 5 or something of a series that has like multiple seasons, and I'm like, how? Wait, what? This was a series? You just like did skits.
There's just
I
a
thought, like, the
bunch
first
of
one,
other
it wasn't
shit like
That's
this.
funny, but like the first one wasn't as funny. But I wonder if it like just I wonder if it goes up in quality over time. Like
I saw like
or if
one
that was
other
like their
one.
one. Because I think aren't they the same person who does the Welcome to the Bread Store? We got bread. On
Yeah,
the
that's the
bread on
other one. I
floor,
think they were in the
toasted,
same
yeah.
series. We got toasted,
Yeah,
roasted,
but
bread on the
different
deck,
skits.
bread on the floor.
Posted.
Fuck
Want a
that, I
brioche?
ain't. You want brioche? Fuck that, I ain't paying. Just leaves.
Gluten free. I don't care if the gluten is free.
I don't-
Take it out.
I don't care if it's free. Take it out the bread. Why even put it in there in the first place?
It's a good bit.
It's a very
Um,
good bit.
You know the real answer. I'm just joking around.
Yeah. I really wanted to say ate the bone too, though, just to see what would happen.
Just because it'd be funny.
Yeah. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator.
You know, I didn't even consider that. I just figured they had something else to eat.
Maybe.
I see. And what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor?
Oh, right. Because remember, they were like, "Oh, we wouldn't have had time to eat food and do a plot." But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they did just skip lunch, I know. Is it weird that I never considered that they just skipped lunch? I'm like, well, wouldn't they be hungry?
Well, who would skip lunch? No one skips lunch.
Yeah, who
That's
would-
an insane thing to do.
Even some kind of criminal attempting a what's it called, like premeditated murder. You think they'd be like, oh, but I'm so hungry though.
Yeah, like you gotta pack a sandwich or something.
You would have had enough time to do a plot and have lunch if you had a Soylent sponsored by Soylent. Get away with crimes. Ruin my chance at getting a sponsorship with Soylent. I really should have a sponsorship with Soylent just because, like, I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal, and I live off of like half of Soylent.
Very weird.
It's very convenient food.
She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. I've had Soylent.
Dealing with the meat samurai.
She was stealing the meat from the samurai's meat man. I think I'm gonna stop eating meat man's
I'm gonna
meat.
stop eating Meat Man's meat. Oh, I didn't have my gavel ready.
I'm sorry, meat man. I didn't mean it.
I think we should stop eating Meat Man, the meat off of Meat Man. Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Why does all of the witnesses, not the
Wait, hold
witnesses,
on.
why does
I don't
the
know
whole
if this
jury
will
look the same?
transmit.
What's
I
that?
don't know if this will transmit over Discord, but I got my gavel here, so here we go. Order! Mr. Wright!
I did not hear it.
Oh, really?
Maybe it'll show up in the stream though. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's because Discord tends to cut out like any sort of like loud, high-pitched sounds. So
Yeah,
if the gavel isn't resonant enough,
yeah.
sorry about that. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? Objection! What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Whoop. Music just stopped.
Yes.
Folks listening to this like a podcast being like, oh, thanks for describing what happened and letting me know that the music stopped.
Thanks, dude. I
Otherwise, I would have missed that.
never would have gotten that while in the kitchen making my sandwich. I totally
By the-
would have
by
had
the-
to be
if-
there to see that happen.
By the way, if we ever do like an actual play podcast, like it'll be in like podcast form. But like if I was ever part of one of those like shows that like they do an actual play, but they're all at the table, I'll go out of my way to make sure I narrate what the players are doing. Because someone will be like, "Oh, like this," and I'm like, for those at home, they're gesturing as if they're putting on like an old cabbie hat or something. Like,
Yeah.
because you have to say that because those are it works. Luckily, a lot of people do actual plays are also really good at like improv, so they describe what they're doing to other people. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was very confused when the first time I ever tried listening to Critical Role like years ago, because I was like, wait, is this a show or a podcast? It's like, oh, well, you can listen to it like a podcast, and I'm like, yeah, but it's recorded with cameras, and they put a lot of effort into like the intros and the camera shots, and it's like the it feels like it's supposed to be watched because if in a podcast form, not only do you not get the camera shots, but also like the players aren't they're narrating their actions in game, but you don't have anyone telling you what the players are gesturing at.
Yeah.
Fascinating, Captain. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Did you forget to take your meds this morning? Very well.
Starting to feel like it.
Nope, I got my medicine right here. I'm still taking it.
That's my secret,
Let us
Cap.
have a
I'm
battle
always
of
taking my
wits, you and
medicine.
I feel like let us have a battle.
Taylor,
Let us have a battle
Taylor.
of wits. You and I feels like. Sorry.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always taking pills.
Grabbing peels.
Private pills.
Let us have a battle of wits. You and I feels like the line that shows up in the headline as like person who loses court case says let us have like this.
It's like in a news article. You like open
like
up the
that's-
Google
it's
browser
on
on
the
your
sidebar.
Yeah, you like open up the Google browser on your phone in the morning to like look up some Titanfall lore, and beneath you see like an article with just that headline, and you're like, "Excuse me, this happened?"
No, but like after the fact, where it's like the person who's already like convicted. It's just like they started their argument with let us have a battle of wits, you and I. It's kind of like that one court case where. I forget if it was the FBI or whatever. They're like, "Hey, yeah, you're doing some illegal stuff. We got you doing that. So, we'll see you in court." And they're like, "Well, I'll see you in court." And they're like, "Yes, that's what the summons is for.
Yeah,
we need to see you in court."
That's what we just said. No, let us have a battle of wits, and then she like pulls out a second pipe, and she like packs a fresh bowl of weed into each pipe, and like sets them down next to each other. Now, one of these pipes of weed is poisoned by
Editor
bad
put in
stuff.
a picture of Dee Vasquez, but she's cut like a comical amount of those like cigarette holders all in her mouth at the same time, and it just says "gentlemen." It's like the spy from anyone who doesn't know the thing about Spy from Sea Fortress 2 meme, like they're gonna be like, "What? Why? What?" It makes sense.
Gentlemen.
Mental gen. All right, hit the button. I read the line.
Alright. Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick. Interrupting your line.
That would be a great time for
Ooh,
you to
harpsichord
summon your
music.
sister, probably. I don't know, maybe not.
Let's see.
In any case, we're probably gonna call it here now.
Should we call it here, though?
Yes, it has been an hour and 9 minutes, and I'm
right.
tired.
All right, fair enough. We, normally I'm like, oh, we stream too much, but like I would be down. You know how we stream 3 nights, and I usually show up the first night and not the second night.
Yeah.
I do the third night because it's between us. I think that our backup for night 2 in case in case a lady and associates like can't make it or whatever.
Yeah.
Our backup should be more Phoenix Wright because we'll forget it less.
I'm down with that. I'd be good with that for sure.
All this time I've been worried that we were going to complete it too quickly, and I just liked Phoenix Wright so much, but now I'm like, oh yeah, we should probably wrap this up. There's more Phoenix Wright out there somewhere.
Yeah. And so many more Phoenix Wright games to play after this. There's like 6 Phoenix Wright games, and that's not even counting the Miles Edgeworth games that I don't think even exist on PC.
Basically, we'll be like one of those like themed podcasts that like does like a game, and then they do the whole franchise, and then you're like, oh, are they done? And they're like, no, we're now doing all video games that use this Phoenix Wright like formula.
Yeah, it's
Phoenix Wright type games.
It's just the year of Phoenix Wright, and it goes on for like 2 years.
Well, it's kind of like the H.P. Lovecraft podcast when they literally covered every H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, Lovecraft's he wasn't like I don't know, like Stephen King where he wrote like 150, like a whole like first gen Pokemon amount of different like books.
Right.
So they actually did cover like I think it was less than 100. They managed to cover all of it, and I was like, wait, what are they gonna do next? And they just started covering the genre in general. Same thing with the podcast. Another podcast I listened to, the Kill James Bond podcast, where like they're doing reviews of the movies. But even though there are a lot of James Bond movies compared to other franchises, like there's still only like a dozen. Like there's only a dozen episodes. So
yeah.
And so they sort of expanded into like spy movie genre in general. So they're like, hey, we're going to include this movie and this movie and this Jackie Chan movie and this one that's a parody. Oh, and Cars 2. Because Cars 2 is, it's actually more spy movie than it is like sports movie.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching our stream.
Thank you so much for watching our stream. I've been Taylor.
I've been Lee Jack.
And I'm reminding you to take care.
Stay awesome.
End your streams in a timely manner.
Drink water, and I am no longer asking. Go watch Primal. It's an amazing show. Alright, we'll come to your house and make you feel uncomfortable.
Editor, put up a picture of Bernie Sanders where he's like, I'm once again asking. But it says I am no longer asking, and it's just him holding up a box set of Jenny Tartakovsky's Primal.
I was watching Quentin reviews.
No, Jack.
No, dude, this is related. This is related.
Oh, okay.
No, I was watching Quentin reviews, and I can't remember which series he was talking about, but there were several points in the video where he'd just go, I am no longer asking, and he would just pull out a gun and, like, yell at you to subscribe to him and to his friend that I think also helped him with the video, and just, like, multiple times in the video. He just pulls out a gun and goes, subscribe!
My brain broke trying to imagine, like, what would Phelan Porteous look like if he was reviewing something that was, like, serious and good, like Primal, where he's just like, I don't have jokes about this. It's just a good show.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I feel like he would have some fun things where he's like, this one's the zombie episode.
I would love to watch Phelan cover Spear. Fuck, I'd love to watch anyone cover Spear. Someone cover Spear, please. It's so good. Anyway.
Editor, put a picture of Cosmo shouting at Timmy Turner, and it just says, the show's name is Primal.
The show's name is Primal. Oh, very good. Anyway. Bye.